Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jaymie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Today we're going to be recapping the G&G Fall Classic that occurred September 14th this past weekend in Culpeper, Virginia.
So this past weekend, there were 52 lots listed in the sale catalog, with the unofficial total being 168,200, while the unofficial average was 3,656. The internet-only average was 2,730.
With this being the 17th sale of the year to be included in our Hired Hand Live Trends and Averages series, the 2024 annual average to date is $5,314, while the internet-only average to date is $3,603.
There were 15,447 total views of consignments online and 80 registered internet bidders.
The most viewed lot after the sale was lot number 22, Jamboree, consigned by Dreamwood Farms. She was also the first most viewed animal before the sale with 527 views, and she ended the sale with 698 views. And we'll recap this here in a little bit, but she was also the third highest selling lot overall to an in-person buyer.
Now we'll go over the top 5 sellers, in-person buyers.
The fifth highest selling lot overall to an in-person buyer was lot number 8, BL Clearly Rio, consigned by RTG Ranch, and she sold for $8,000 to Kurt Twining.
The fourth highest selling lot in person was lot 1, Kid Rock by Texa Fusion Embryo, consigned by Sunhaven Farms, the Wachter Decker partnership. The embryo sold for $8,000 to Catherine Dial.
The third highest selling lot overall was lot number 22, Jamboree, consigned by Dreamwood Farms. We just mentioned her above, and she sold for $9,750 to Carol Powell.
The second highest selling lot in person was lot 51, RC Everclear, consigned by G&G Longhorns and End of Trail Ranch partnership. She sold for $11,000 to the Vasute Grove Wachter Huntington partnership.
And the highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was actually a Futurity class winner that was not in the catalog. So she was labeled Lot 0, and it was HL Alpha's Glitter. She was entered into the sale in the Futurity by Hudson Longhorns, and she sold for $14,000 to Dan Huntington.
Now we'll go over the top 5 sellers and online buyers.
The fifth highest selling lot to an internet buyer was lot number 46, BL Indian Princess, consigned by Hidden Springs Ranch, selling for $3,100 to Yuri Grahala via Hired Hand Live.
The fourth highest selling lot was lot 40, Swagenspur BCB, was consigned by Hirschberger Cattle, who sold for $3,400 to Michael Porch via Hired Hand Live.
The third highest selling lot to an online buyer was lot number 50, JH Rural Bowtie, consigned by Freeman Ranch, the Freeman Jarnigan partnership, and she sold for $3,700 to Austin Rohr over Hired Hand Live.
The second highest selling lot online was lot 32, Sweet and Dried, consigned by Freeman Ranch. She sold for $4,100 to Travis Adolph.
And topping out the list of highest lots to sell to an online buyer was lot number 12, H2O Cut and Z, consigned by Diamond C Ranch, selling for $5,000 to Randy Sloan. Thank you to all of our Hired Hand Live bidders and buyers.
And here are some internet influence stats. $27,300 value added through the internet bidding. There were 153 online bids with 10 lots sold online to 9 different online buyers.
From the Pasture by Hired Hand is presented by R3 Hilltop Ranch. Located in Chilton, Texas, R3 Hilltop Ranch has been breeding registered Texas Longhorns since 2006. What began as 3 heifers has grown into our current herd, which you can explore on our website at r3hilltop.com. We're passionate about loud colors, longhorns, and docile temperaments, but it's the easy-keeping, low-maintenance traits of Texas Longhorns that initially attracted us and continue to drive our herd growth. In addition to livestock, we proudly offer certified Longhorn beef products. Visit r3hilltop.com/beef to learn more. Thank you for listening and enjoy exploring our ranch online at r3hilltop.com.
Looking for top quality Longhorns and a taste of true Texas spirit? Look no further than Cantera Cattle Company. Our passion for Longhorns shines at Old Gringo Ranch, where tradition meets excellence. Visit us online at CanteraCattleCompany.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates and ranch life fun. Ready to experience it yourself? Schedule your visit by emailing CanteraCattle@gmail.com. Remember, God is great, Longhorns are good, and life is crazy.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out? Rural life can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
Welcome to Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, the podcast for women who are craving connection, laughter, solidarity, camaraderie, and just overall encouragement in your everyday life and dreams.
Each week, your hosts, Annalise, that's me, and Courtney will cover topics such as farm life, mom life, making money online, side hustles, hobbies, sharing on social media, jobs off the farm, and so much more.
Us rural gals need to stick together, so saddle up for some fun, real, and unsolicited advice and stories from our everyday farm lives.
Grab a drink, we're Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, and we're here to help. Listen wherever you find podcasts.
Now we're going to go ahead and go over some NLFR stats and updates because they had a Futurity this weekend in conjunction with the G&G Fall Classic. So we have some updates to read.
Molly, should we start with the number 1 or should we start with number 5?
Ooh, let's go backwards.
Okay. So coming in 5th place with the NLFR is River Forks Gypsy Rose, owned by Travis Johnson. She has 1,574.18 points.
And coming in at number 4 is Tough Mint LP, owned by Lonesome Pine Ranch, and she has 1,574.88 points.
Oh, that's a close one. Coming in at number 3, M7 Roses Valentine is owned by M7 Longhorns. She has 1,578.88 points.
Coming in at number 2 is M7 Ace of Spades, owned again by M7 Longhorns, and she has 1,579.88 points.
And coming in with first place is 50 Grand BCB, owned by Natalie and John Chaney, and she has 1,833.25 points.
So those were the updates for the heifer Futurity. There were no bulls in the G&G Fall Classic Futurity, so we're going to go ahead and skip over those, but you can definitely read through them on the NLFR website.
Now we're going to go over the G&G Fall Classic Futurity class winners.
Class 1 was HL Agatha's Glitter, placed by Hudson Longhorns with 230 points. And as you'll recall from earlier, she also entered the sale and was the top seller to an in-person buyer.
The Class 2 winner was WHR Kit Kat, owned by Cody Bodley, and she has 226.88 points.
The Class 3 winner was Southern Lovin', owned by Derek Stewart, and she ended the day with 229 points.
The Class 4 winner, Sharita's Journey, is owned by Crater Valley Ranch, and she had 229 points.
The Class 5 winner came in with 227.25 points, was owned by Hudson Longhorns, and her name is H.L. Wellwishes.
The Class 6 winner was 50 Grand BCC, placed by Natalie and John Chaney, and she had 228 points.
The Class 7 winner was owned by Lonesome Pines Ranch. Her name was Cut and High, and she ended with 232.25 points.
The Class H winner, HL Uptown Girl, owned by Hudson Longhorns, had 227.5 points.
The Class 9 winner was 21 Roses, owned by John King, and she was awarded 228.25 points.
And the last class, Class 10, the winner was Horseshoe J. Winsome, who is owned by Terry and Tammy King, and she had 225.75 points.
And the high point female for the Futurity was class number 7, Cut and High, placed by Lonesome Pines Ranch with 232.25 points.
And after each sale, we asked attendees to share any of their thoughts that they had about the weekend. Molly, you want to go ahead and read this one?
Sure. One of the messages we got back was, yes, I attended and had a blast. Great time hanging out at Ann's. Can't wait until next weekend.
The next sale we'll be at is the Legends Longhorn sale on September 20th and 21st in Duncan, Oklahoma.